First, as a kid, I've always known of Jesus. So going to church as a young kid was a big thing, a part of my family. So every Sunday we were at church. I was in Bible study, Bible school. So always learning the stories about Jesus, how he came to be. My personal relationship with Jesus took a turn for the better about 4 or 5 years ago. My wife now, we had just moved to Florida in 2021. The year after, I had an incident where I ruptured my Achilles. I've been an athlete my whole life, played sports all through school, never experienced an injury so severe. I was in so much of the disbelief of it happening that I didn't think the physicians at the time were telling me the truth. So not only did I get one opinion, not only did I get 2 opinions, I got 3 opinions from 3 different doctors and surgeons. And I'm like, Marcus, it's ruptured. He brought me in. The final doctor brought me in, went over my MRIs and showed me where the tendon itself had separated. And I was like, this cannot be happening. There's no way I got injured like this. Me still being a very physical, active individual, I wanted to get back to doing what was normal for me. So it took me out of an element I was so familiar with to having to depend on my wife to help me get around the house, help me shower, help me use the bathroom. It got to a point I felt helpless in a sense. So much so that I started refusing the assistance my wife was trying to give me. And I remember she making a statement around the fact, well, why won't you let me help you? Like, that's what I'm here for. Like, you're not supposed to be trying to do this on your own. Reflecting back on everything that took place then, I believe it was Jesus's way of saying he needed more time with me. And that's where our relationship really started to change. Because I started seeking him. I had hit a moment where I was depressed. I didn't realize it at the time, but reflecting back, I had went through a period of depression because I felt helpless. Felt like I couldn't do anything on my own. I was trying to speed up the process of recovery. Like I wanted it to be on my time, and Jesus just he held me. He was like, I got you. Like, but I need more time with you. A lot of times people say it's us pursuing God, and it's always him pursuing us. Because when I started to pursue God, when I took one step closer, it's like he was already 2 steps right there waiting for me to turn around and accept him and form more of an intimate relationship with him. Jesus found me as a young son, someone full of life, someone excited about life. And as I continued to grow, he required and demanded more of me, more than I was willing and able to give at that time. And because of my unwillingness to do the things he had asked me to do in pursuing a more intimate relationship with me, he had to sit me down. And because he sat me down, that opened up the door to no longer lean on the excuse of being too busy, not having enough time, not knowing where to start. I was in a space where my only sense of internal comfort was leaning on him and leaning more into his word. And fast forward, he's helped develop me into something I couldn't even imagine 4 or 5 years ago.